Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of our videos getting to know BMO, the Bank of Montreal. And in this video we're going to be chatting to Assad Naeem. He's a mortgage specialist at the Bank of Montreal. This time we're talking about rental offset. It's very interesting, so let's join up now. Right, thank you. And here we are then with our Getting to Know BMO spot. This is our second one in the series. You can get them all on my YouTube channel and various other social media outlets, of course. But our man is here, our mortgage specialist from the Bank of Montreal, Assad Naeem. I always have to make sure I get his name right, and I think I'm getting it right. How you doing, Assad? Good to see you again.
Quite well, yeah. Great to see you again, too. I'm doing quite well. How are you doing today?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the weather's picking up, so that's always good for us. Eh? We talked about first-time buyers, and today we're talking about rental offset. So that's your lead in. But you tell us what BMO got to offer.
Well, definitely. This is another one of my favorite topics to discuss. And there's a reason for that. It's because no other financial institution will do an offset like BMO would do. And that's what makes it quite special and quite useful when you're trying to buy a new home or trying to downgrade or for various reasons. And I'll break it down. Like the number one reason the rental offset is used is if you already have a property and you want to move into another property without selling the current property. Either you're buying a bigger house or you're downsizing, you can utilize this rental offset to do so. And what it'll do is it'll take away any negative implications that your existing property will have. For example, we will take the market rent value of your existing property and we will deduct from it the existing principal and interest. We will deduct the property taxes and the heat, and there's always a variance charge that we deduct as well. And if that results in a surplus, that surplus gets added into your income. And if that brings up a deficit, that deficit gets subtracted from your income. So effectively, what that allows us to do is remove that property, that existing property from your current mortgage application, and it betters up the ratios. So every other bank or every other finance institution will only take 50% of your current market value or current value for the rental of your home, whereas BMO will take 100%. Now, there are two ways to do it. It's either you have a lease agreement, and accompanied with that lease agreement, you have 3 months of bank statements that show that the lease payment is getting put into the bank, and a lease agreement has to be at least 3 months old. And if you don't have a lease agreement, which is at least 3 months old, then we can take economic market rent appraisal for that rental of that property. And that's how we will calculate that rental offset. So, Stu, I got to tell you, it's a fabulous tool. I've used it with a lot of clients of mine already.
Yeah.
A lot of people who want to start building a portfolio for their real estate. For example, myself, I don't want to sell my current house, but I want to move into a bigger home. So what I'll do is I'll utilize that market rent offset to be able
Yes.
to get that bigger home, right?
Yes, I've got a couple of clients actually doing that at the moment. So it's really helpful, and plus the bigger percentage, like you said, it's usually 50%, isn't it? But BMO offer
Yep.
more than that.
Yeah, definitely. 100% is better than 50%. Wouldn't you
Yeah,
say?
no, that's right. It's a
And
great
if you,
idea actually to build up, income streams, isn't it, from other properties, and I think that happens a lot. When they first get on the ladder, they have a smaller home, then they want to, move to a bigger home, but they keep the first one as a rental property. So I think that's a great idea.
Absolutely. And then there are other instances where, let's just say, a person is wanting to sell their home and they actually want to sell their current home and buy another home. In most scenarios like that, what happens is terms and conditions come up that you have to have a firm sale condition in order to get the funding for the new purchase. So in that scenario, you can still use the rental offset. That way, it'll allow the person to not to worry about selling the first home and still be able to get the financing for the new home. And once they get the financing, once they're able to sell the new home, that that term and condition won't be attached to the purchase of the new home. They wouldn't have to worry about selling the home right away. So it's another maneuver that we can use to get them into the new home without putting the pressure on selling that existing home and selling it fast.
Great, and you've got lots of great programs, I have to say. And this is only the second one we've done, and we're just going to keep going with them. So yeah, and you're the man with the information. I'll put all your contact details at the end of the video, and that's us for today. Then I'll see you on the next video, Sid. Thank you.
Absolutely, no worries. Thank you, Stu. See you next one.
Have a good day.
You too.